I now carry her plaques. I mean, I'm beginning to feel like the man on the psychiatric couch to whom the doctor says, "But sir, you are inferior." Claim, in behalf of the crowd in our White House, they have turned their back on the fundamentals of our democracy. Free speech is kind of a quaint idea, you know? It's not very practical at time of war. Imagine. There are millions of people in this country who believe if you're going to run up to a war, you can't criticize the president. You have to salute, otherwise you're not patriotic. They believe this. This comes from their soul. It is wrong to criticize the president going to war. What that means is that we've sent how many countless thousands of young people to die on foreign battlefields to protect our way of life, at the center of which is free speech, and then when we need it the most, we're not supposed to use it. If that's what they think, then stop wasting the blood of these young people. Diplomas are cast. And we stand by the vision of the framers. If we had just obeyed the Constitution, this war would never have happened. This was not a constitutional decision. This is a CYA. Sorry, I don't want to have to cover your butt. I don't want to paralyze the signer or shock her either. This isn't constitutional. They've never done it since the early 40s. Spineless Congresses have passed along the third rail decision about war to the president. Only Congress can declare war. James Madison made the point, it's too much of a temptation to give to one man. Don't do it. If you are equal playing field as the management of the owners, what kind of an idea is that? How radical you are. These are our issues that have been so marginalized. $1 billion has been spent to marginalize us. Dollars a week for this war. And we tax and spend. And by the way, they've reduced taxes. So they spend, we spend, but we spend according to our own means, and we spend on the welfare of our people. And if we have to tax to meet those expenses, we do. They spend and tax our children. That's how they're getting away with this. And we cannot overstate the horrible destruction of this war. This was a massive blunder. And we're still having trouble dealing with the fact that the United States signature is on this war. We are the people who believe in the Constitution, and it's slipping away. It's slipping away. We believe that our Constitution protects, for example, the powerless against the tyranny of the majority. I have just two moments in American history that I want to share with you, and I'll do it very briefly. The Jehovah's Witnesses kids in the early 40s wouldn't salute the flag. Their faith disallows pledging allegiance to anyone but the God King Jehovah. That's their faith. And by the way, we already hated Jehovah's Witnesses because they're always at the door. Catholics go to Mass, Muslims go to Mecca, Jews go to synagogues, Jehovah's Witnesses go door to door and drive everybody crazy. And in the grammar schools of Pennsylvania and West Virginia, one of the cases, there were two cases. One of the cases involved little William Gobias, who wouldn't salute the flag. The whole class stands up. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Jehovah's Witness kids. You're in the 5th grade. These people were scum. We had people, American soldiers, dying in the Pacific as well as against the Nazi menace, and these kids, we threw stones at them. We castrated a guy in Iowa. This happened. Lynched. Somebody burned down Kingdom Hall in Kennebunk, Maine. And the great flourishes from Supreme Court decisions said if there is any fixed star in our constitutional constellation, it is that no official, high or petty, can describe or prescribe what shall be orthodox in religion, politics, or any other matter of opinion. Your parents. That gives me goosebumps. That makes me proud to be American. And they grabbed that little William Gobitis and they said, hold it. Hold it. Stop right there. I mean, the cop went into a house in Texas and said, all right, what's going on in there? Into the house. Into the bedroom with a flashlight. 2 guys. And by the way, what entitled them to enter the house? You know, is it probable cause that the bedroom light is on or off? Came down, and this is what part of what the decision said. And this is a democratic principle expressed by people who were members of the Democratic Party before they became Supremes. Petitioners, Justice Kennedy, a Catholic by the way, petitioners' right to liberty under the Due Process Clause gives them the right to engage in private conduct without government intervention. My dog, God bless my cat. I mean, God's got to be up there saying, "Oy." We will never, ever engage in this kind of behavior. False piety is not us. We believe faith. A personal decision that comes freely from the heart. You talk to Jesus every day, and Jesus talks back. And that entitles you to take Darwin out of high school textbooks. Entitles you to go to war because Jesus is on your side. We will never let this happen again. And the member, Workers, 1955. Republic Steel, Canton, Ohio. You think I'm bragging? I am. I believe in the values that are so expressed in this room. I believe I am among an assembly of people of conscience. And I believe we are the group. There's nothing vain about this. We are the most ethnically diverse. We are the first ones out of the gate to help somebody like William Gobitis, a little helpless little kid who's trying to do right by his parents. We're the party that's most likely to be there. And now here we find ourselves at the beginning of the 21st century dealing with maybe as big a crisis to this Republican, national, democratic experiment called the United States of America. We look up now to see that all those egghead lawyers who preceded us and said that the Constitution is a living thing are right. And if it's a living thing, it also can die.